election. Some analysts say this movement is not about Democrats blaming the Republicans or vice versa, but about working-class Americans standing up for their rights. Many protesters hope the current movement would grow in size and strength to force the U.S. political system to heed to their calls.
I want to see this grow. Our country is being taken over by a small minority of people who rig the system, all in their favor, and it's got to stop.
Even here at Press TV, when we wanted to get some of the updated versions of what's going on, for example, in New York or in Washington, that footage wasn't really available. Now, what does that show in terms of how the media is handling, if you can?
Well, I think it's abundantly clear that the news media in this country, the corporate news media, reflects corporate interests. It's that simple. All you have to look at is the fact that ranging from Fox to CNN, these protests are largely being spun the same way. And it seems to me that when you look at how the media aided and abetted some of the false stories that were circulated about 9/11 and some of the false pretexts that were offered by the Bush administration for why we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, it's very clear that the news media is quite complicit in this whole situation that is going on with international bankers and with the Zionist lobby, the very people who control American domestic and foreign policy. It all goes back, I think, to something that happened in 1956 when the late Ambassador Joseph P. Kennedy, the father of the 35th President of the United States, was trying to get his son Jack elected eventually to the American presidency. And in a meeting in Palm Beach, Florida, with a New York industrial executive by the name of DeWest Hooker, they discussed what would have to be done to get Jack Kennedy elected. And DeWest Hooker told my colleague Michael Collins Piper before Hooker's death that, in fact, Joseph P. Kennedy said that if Jack Kennedy was elected, he would eventually use his burgeoning political power to end the Rothschild-dominated Federal Reserve Board. I think that had a lot to do with what happened on November the 22nd, 1963. It explains what continues to happen in the American political process.